Merry Christmas, Laker fans. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. A little Christmas edition here. Happy holidays. Hopefully, you guys enjoying time with your family and enjoying your Christmas. Just finished post game show on 710. Back here for post game show number 2. Lakers lost to the Dallas Mavericks 124 to 115. Good to be back on the broadcast. It's fighting a flu, Laker fans. Fighting a flu here for these last couple of days. Just starting to feel better actually today. But we'll get right into it. So I'm recording this one. I'm not doing this one live. This one's probably going to be a little bit shorter, and we can all go enjoy time with our family and everything else. So talk a little bit about the game. Of course, talk about that third quarter. We'll take a look at the NBA standings and kind of getting to a point where we're in a dire situation here for the Lakers. So I think that's what we're all facing right now. So we'll hit on all those topics. First off, let's just go to the game real quick. 124, 115. That's the final score tonight. Lakers lose this afternoon, Lakers lose to the Dallas Mavericks. Kind of an interesting game, right? First half, you're sitting back, you're like, all right, well, Lakers come out. They're got a 14-point lead at one point. They're up 11 at halftime. You got to feel pretty good about yourself. Dallas struggling from the field. They're not hitting twos. They're not hitting threes. They're not hitting free throws. Luka, I want to say, had 10 points and maybe 2 assists, 3 rebounds. He had just a very mediocre stat line. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not hitting shots. You just kind of go down the list. You're like, okay, well, this is a nice start for the Lakers. We'll take this. The only person that was playing well in the first half was Christian Wood for them. I want to say he had 15 points. So I kind of cautioned. I was cautioned of. I don't know if that's the Lakers putting together two really good quarters where they give up 21 points and 22 points. But I was also kind of leaning towards Dallas is missing everything. And they're still getting some open looks, and they're clearly not hitting them. I didn't really understand why they were firing off so many threes. It was like, all right, the Lakers have zero. They have no size. Braun's basically playing the 5. I thought they do more damage down there. And then third quarter starts. And before you know it, Lakers' 11-point lead is down to 5. Then it's down to 2. Then Dallas has the lead. Then Dallas is up 4. Dallas is up 10, 12, 15. Go as high as you want to go because the Dallas Mavericks outscored the Lakers by 30 in that third quarter. 51 to 21. As somebody that has been watching a lot of Lakers basketball in my life, somebody who's had a microphone now, this is the 4th year in a row that I do the pre and the post game shows. I don't remember ever seeing a stat where a squad is putting up 50 points in a quarter. And maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't remember a time where a team in the NBA has 50 handed to them in a quarter. I know it's probably happened before. I don't remember that happening, at least, in the near over these last couple of years or so. And also, if another team's going to put up 51, that you put up 21 and you're outscored by 30 in one quarter. So the Lakers went from up 11 to start the third quarter to down 19 to start the fourth quarter. That's a pretty remarkable turnaround. And I don't think anybody was expecting when the Lakers had that lead. I'm not telling you that I didn't expect a run to happen. I even mentioned during my halftime show, I said, look, one of these two things are going to happen here in the third quarter. Dallas is going to go on a run. But can you withstand that run? Can you at least, by the time that fourth quarter starts, be around where you started? Up 10, up 5, up 7. Maybe it's even a tie game at worst. And we could talk about that and say, well, they outscored them by 11. No. They outscored the Lakers by 30. That's what happened in that third quarter, which really kind of gets me to my next point. And I could sit here and I could complain and tell you that, Lonnie Walker's got to do more and Pat Bev has got to do more, and Dennis Schroeder has to do more, and go down the list. Whoever you want to, any role player that you want to call out, I can do that. For the Lakers, they got a much bigger problem than a player or two needing to do more for the Lakers to get a W. A couple things are happening here with Anthony Davis out. Number one, the Lakers cannot play a lick of defense if their life depended on it. These are their last four games, what they've given up: 124 against the Mavs, 134 against the Hornets, 134 against the Sacramento Kings, 130 against the Phoenix Suns. Um, they're really one kind of lucky possession away against the Wizards, where Braun was trying to make a pass, bad pass, ball got deflected and just kind of juggled around, ended back up in his hands, got the ball to Thomas Bryant, and Lakers won that game by 2. But they're a deflected pass from losing 5 in a row. Nonetheless, they've lost 4 in a row. And I don't know how it gets any better. I'm just being completely honest, completely just being real with Laker fans here. Without Anthony Davis, this is kind of how it's going to be. And I want to, okay, before I even get into that, there's a couple other things I want to point out here. So this is what I'm referring to about um, it's not just, hey, one player's got to do this, one player's got to do that. And if they do that, they make the proper adjustments and the Lakers should be fine. Without Anthony Davis, they just don't have enough talent to win games. And they literally have to play perfect basketball, and it has to be against a really bad team. And so many things have to line up in their favor just to win games right now without Anthony Davis, which, in one sense talks about how important Anthony Davis is to the Lakers, how valuable he is to the Lakers. But it also points out just kind of how dire the Lakers situation is. So let me explain. They're 13-20 now on the season. They're 7 games below 500 now on the season. And with all that in mind, I know the schedule that they have coming up. You could look at it and say, okay, well, Al, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, their schedule, isn't anything crazy. They'll be fine. Look at the teams that they're playing. But I think the point that I'm trying to make more than anything else is there is not a game on the schedule for the Lakers that they're not more likely to lose. And I don't care who the opponent is. If you don't have Anthony Davis, you'll lose to Charlotte at home, who only has 9 wins on the season. You'll get blown out by the Dallas Mavericks team, who's pretty much a 500 team. You'll get blown out by the Sacramento Kings. They got Orlando coming up on Tuesday. What makes you think the Lakers are going to beat the Orlando Magic? I wouldn't pick the Lakers. I wouldn't. Why? Because Anthony Davis is not there. And if Anthony Davis is not there, I don't know where they get their consistency from on the offensive end. They have no defense on the other end without Anthony Davis. This is tough sledding. And these next 4 games for the Lakers all on the road: Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, and Charlotte. And you would say to yourself, okay, but that's not a tough schedule. Atlanta playing around 500, Miami playing around 500, Orlando below 500, Charlotte well below 500. They could easily lose all 4 of those games. So that's what I mean by tough sledding right now for the Lake Show. And that's part of my reason, too, why I don't think it's necessary to get into individual stuff in this specific game. I just don't know how they keep their head above water. And that's the reality of kind of the situation that they're in, is how do they keep their head above water when they are struggling the way they are right now against good teams, average teams, bad teams. And we don't know, I haven't got a chance to talk to you guys since that news came out on AD on Friday that he's going to get reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. Here's a reality, Laker fans. He can get reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. And I'm not sure, what exactly that means. And does that mean, okay, well, he might need another 7 to 10 days after that. But for him to try to get back to that level that he was at before the injury, isn't that going to also take time? And it's not like he has an injury right now where, it's a hand, so he could be working on his conditioning and everything else. No, it's, that type of injury, he's got to stay off of it. And, it's going to take time. I guess the point that I'm trying to make, once he feels like, okay, hey, I'm okay to go now, it's going to take time for him to get back to basketball form. And then when it's back to basketball form, it's going to take time for him to get back to that MVP form that he was performing at. And all the while that's going on, the Lakers are now sitting at 13th place in the NBA standings. And I think they're going, you could make the case if you wanted to. You could say, hey, Al, yeah, they're only 5 games out of sixth place. But I could also tell you that they're 3.5 games back from the worst record in the Western Conference. So I know there's a bunch of teams kind of clumped together, but ultimately at the end of the day, I can't figure out how the Lakers are going to go on some type of winning streak without Anthony Davis. I only see them going the other way. And by the time he does come back and he starts playing like that player that, we saw for 30 days from whatever that was, mid-November to mid-December, by the time that Anthony Davis comes back, where the heck are we in the NBA standings? And will the Lakers, have enough to make some type of a run or make some type of a fight? I don't have the answer to it. I just think it's kind of the reality of the situation here. All right, Laker fans, this is a quick one, but I did want to just kind of react to the Lakers' loss. I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are enjoying time with the family, and hope you guys have a great holiday, and we'll get with you guys soon. All right, Laker fans, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and again, enjoy your Christmas.